Hello and welcome to a new video on SAP Business by Design built-in analytics. Today we would like to talk about delivery performance and complement the business blog of our SCM colleagues on time in full delivery, the so-called OTIF KPI, with additional analytics knowledge. In this video you will learn how to set up the OTIF KPI with a few steps. But more importantly, we would like to ensure that you deeply understand the enabling formulas and the features which support such type of calculations within analytics. At the end, we want you to better understand the power of calculated key figures and the added value of an analytics engine built into an ERP system like by design. As said before, the blog of my SCM application colleagues extensively illustrates the business story how delivery performance can be understood better using the KPI on time in full delivery by order in percent. If I click on it, you can see it measures the number of orders which both meet the requested delivery date and the requested quantity and compares it with the overall shipped number of orders in a certain time frame. It compares it with target as well as reference value, gives you some, in this case, weekly overview, but you can drill down into further details. And the combination of both aspects provides a great starting point to analyze delivery problems, bottlenecks, or delays. So you have the ability to create a KPI for monitoring, but you also can use and drill down into multidimensional reporting, which allows you to see the delivery performance on each level, on each aggregation level, by sales unit, by account, and furthermore, of course, you can drill down to the related order details where you get a good understanding how the overall OTIF KPI in a percentage looks like, how the overall underlying order count is, and how many orders have been delivered fully and how many orders have been delivered in time. So this is just a starting point to remind you on the context and the business situation we are solving at the moment. Let's now come to the key question of this video. How can you quickly set up such a KPI? As always, we have two answers for you. A simple one and a more advanced one, which adds additional understanding to what is exactly calculated. So the simple answer would be to just import the desired KPI based on an XML file, which you can get or download from our reference system. This would be as easy as follows. We are logged on as a key user and we have the Business Analytics Work Center where we find the upload and download task, which allows me to now go into reference system, choose the KPI, which I'm interested in this case. I add the related KPI via the F4 help. My KPI is called on time in full. This is the KPI I want to download. And as you can now see, all the related report information, key figure information is all combined in one XML file. So I now can download this file as an XML file and can here save it to my folder where we would like to store it. So we have it in the download folder. Let's rename it. This is our OTIF KPI. And of course, we could now go into another system, could go into upload the file, search for the OTIF KPI, and would do the upload. In this case, it's already in the system, so it wouldn't make sense, but you would easily get not only the KPI, but all the related report as well as key figure objects, which you need to end-to-end calculate the OTIF KPI. So once you have done this, you would find the report in your design reports view. And here you would be able to preview the report, add additional views and selections, and at the end of the day, assign the report to the desired work center or work center view, which then allows you to distribute these reports to the relevant people. Finally, you can then decide to take and add this KPI or report as additional cards to your Workcenter overview pages as it's possible since release 1808. In the second part of this video, we would like to come to a deeper understanding of the formulas and features used to calculate the OTIF KPI. This enables you to build such a KPI from scratch in similar situations. So let's first have a look at the following illustration. So there is an important data source, outbound delivery performance details, which combines the relevant sales order, customer requirements, and delivery data and organizes the relevant raw data. This includes the following key figures, which you can see here in gray. So the delivered quantity, the requested quantity, number of requested schedule lines, the number of early or in time requested schedule lines, all these are standard key figures which are provided by our outbound delivery performance details data source. So what you have to do on top is you have to create some additional custom key figures which are now explained in the red area. Let's start with a simple example. You want to know how many orders are delivered full and how many are delivered partially. So you use a condition on the two key figures delivered quantity and requested quantity, which returns a 1 in cases the delivered quantity is greater or equal, and returns a 0 in case the delivered quantity is lower and the order is partially delivered. So this calculation has to be done on order level, and that's the reason why we use exception aggregation. A similar condition and calculation is done for the on time. Also, this is done on order level, and here you check if the number of early or in time requested schedule lines is greater or equal than the number of requested schedule lines. In both cases, in the positive case, you get a 1 or a 0. And so you get a 1 or 0 here, and the same, of course, here. And if you deliver on time and full, you multiply 1 by 1, and you get 100% on time in full delivery, a combination of both, also done and calculated on order level. With this, you can now calculate those orders which are fully and in time delivered with the overall count of orders, which also is calculated as an exception aggregation on order level. And with this, you get the percentage and the ratio you are interested in. Let's have a look in the system how this is configured in a calculated key figure. In order to now understand the calculated key figures, we entered within Business Analytics Workcenter the Workcenter View Design key figures. We filtered the calculated key figures to the data source we are interested in. So we have learned that there is an outbound delivery performance details data source which we used. And here are the calculated key figures which are relevant. So let's start with our example we have seen in the illustration. So we looked at the key figure in full delivered. So when is a order in full delivered? We added this. It's delivered in full when the delivered quantity is greater equal than the requested quantity. And that's exactly expressed in a condition where the delivered quantity is compared in a greater equal condition with a requested quantity. And now it's very important to understand that the data granularity is not on order level, it's on order item level. So we have to tell the system that this calculation should be done in an exception aggregation, so exceptionally aggregated on order level. And that's the reason why we have these additional settings which allow us to do this operation on order level. The same is done for the in time delivered order. And then, of course, both key figures are combined in a multiplication. That's a simple multiplication of both key figures, which also are done, as you can see it here, on order level. And last but not least, we now have the option. Okay, we first have to calculate the order count, which is done a simple summation for each order, which is then done again accounting on order level, as you can see it here. And last but not least, we are then able to define and calculate the ratio on time in full delivered by order in percent, which then calculates all the orders which were correctly delivered on time in full with the overall order count. And this, of course, is a simple percentage calculation. And as all these both key figures are calculated on order levels, there is no exception aggregation needed here anymore. These key figures are now the key elements for our calculations. They are added to the report and form the basis for our OTIF KPI. Let's close this short video with an overarching message. You have seen, using the example of the OTIF KPI, that sometimes it's not enough to aggregate data from the lowest level. A powerful ERP system needs to have a built-in analytics engine which not only adds different types of aggregation, it also has to combine those with cross-tabbing, sorting, hierarchies, subtotals, percentage calculation after aggregation, and many more. By design brings this power to the table, and this is the reason why you can expect and will find in future many more powerful business examples which represent a challenge for other ERP solutions. We hope you found this video helpful. Stay tuned for more. You find more videos on our overview and update on built-in analytics page. Have a great day.